Facing prison next month if he doesn't take down a log cabin which he erected on his own land near Meehan. The case of Sean Meehan was raised in the Dáil, but with no movement from Tipperary County Council. Sean appeared in court in December and was informed that if it is not taken down before his next appearance in April, he will spend his 66th birthday in prison. Our reporter Alison Hyland went to visit Sean to find out more about his story.
Now, hello puppies. Hello puppies.
Here's a lady.
How are you, Sean? Thanks for having us.
No problem whatsoever. At least you picked a good day to come out.
I know, it's not bad,
the sun is shining.
And you got the grass cut?
Yeah, I'm landscape gardener.
What's beautiful.
Yeah, no,
and
it's
a deck and everything. Wow.
Yeah, no, that was me to sit out.
Sean, tell me when this all started for you. Hopefully you'll get there.
This all started about 3 years ago, maybe a bit more. I sold my house just across, as you can see, from here, and bought this site here after the divorce, put a mobile home on it. Had the mobile home on it for about a year or so, but it got so cold and stuff that I had no choice. What I'd done then was roped in some friends of mine, and we logged it out to make it more comfortable and warmer. We put in new windows, new central heating, and it's grand. But then I applied for planning on it.
Can I ask, first of all, what was your understanding in terms of what you needed for planning? Because that it's kind of a grey area. I always assume that if something is portable or movable, you don't necessarily need planning. Would that have been your understanding?
That would have been my understanding of it also. I thought it being a mobile home, that it could be physically moved off the site or whatever like that. I didn't know the full details of it. But as far as I was concerned, it was okay. But then I converted it, as I say, into the log cabin to make it more comfortable for myself. Then I applied for planning on that for 5 years, just for retention, to hold it for me for 5 years. I was refused on that. Then I applied for full planning on it. I was refused on that.
What reasons did they give for the refusal?
They said I didn't show a social and economic need to live in the area. They said it would devalue the properties in the area, and they said aesthetically it didn't look right.
Now, on our approach to it, I mean, you've landscape gardens here, you've fencing up, you've a deck outside. It's nicer than my house at home, I have to be honest. I
think myself, it looks good. I go a lot of the back roads here and the stuff you see, massive houses built. Yeah. They don't look fitting in with the countryside as far as I'm concerned. They look like monstrosities, just alike. Now, no badness to the people that build them, great for them. But I think in a country area, this is more in keeping with the country area. But Tipperary County Council, in their wisdom, say that they don't allow planning for log cabins.
That's where I'm confused a little bit, because essentially what you have here is a cladded mobile home, isn't it?
Basically, that's what I have. That's what I have. So they're saying that there's no criteria for planning for the likes of this modular home, come mobile home, log cabin. So they refused me on it. So they're saying that I have till the 14th of March to take this down. If I don't take this down, they're going to send me the judge ruling was on the 14th of December, previous court appearance I was at, that I will go to jail for 4 months. And if I don't take it down, they will take it down, and I pay them for taking my home down.
So regardless, as far as they're concerned, the house is coming down, and whether or not you're volunteering to that, you'll end up in prison if not.
They're saying that it has to come down. I have tried for the planning, I've tried every way to work with these people like that, but they're saying no. So they say if I don't take it down by the 14th of March, which is not too far away, if I take it down, Alison, I don't have anywhere else to go. As you see, unless I sleep in the van out there, I don't have anywhere else to go.
You're not a blow-in here either, are you?
I'm born and reared there. All my parents and grandparents are up in Rose Green and New Inn Cemetery, so I'm born and reared there. I come from this area, Woodenstown, Chamberlainstown.
What are you going to do?
I'll be under the West Gate in Clonmel with the other boys with the sleeping bags. I don't see any other alternative out of it. Like, this is what they're doing. The law is on their side. There's no empathy coming into this. They don't know me. So therefore, it's just me. I'm just a name on a piece of paper, and this is what they're doing. But you have to meet the person as you're doing now. and then see the situation. You can see for yourself.
Yeah. Have you tried engaging with the council, outside of emails and phone calls?
I have been in with the council, yeah.
And any go at all?
No.
And are they still standing by those reasons for the initial refusal, that it's not aesthetically pleasing, it's taking away from the value
That
of...
is what their reckoning is.
Yeah.
Now, they say that I done back when they got this, when they hit me with this, I got my daughter to do up a petition. So if they were saying that it was devaluing the properties in the area, so I took it from Whitelands Cross where you would have come in. So I walked up along with my petition, which my daughter made up for me. So I got every resident from Whitelands Cross to Glenagat Hill. Every resident signed it to say that they had no objections whatsoever. If I was left alone, they have no objection to me living here, and I do not devalue their properties.
Yeah. And would you be concerned that maybe some of them have said that to your face and maybe gone to the council? Would that have been possible?
I told them if they had any issues when I went with the form, I said if you want to sign it, 100%. And if you don't want to sign it, that's okay. I have no malice towards you. That is your decision completely. And they said, fair enough, Sean, we have no objections whatsoever. I said, don't feel because you know me that I want to put you under duress to sign this.
Yeah.
They said, no, what is happening to you, Sean, is unfair. You've lived all your life in this area. Now, circumstances with divorce, had to sell my own house. That's happening to a lot of people now. But no, they don't look at the bigger picture.
Is it frustrating then when you see the modular housing that's been erected in Thurles to house and accommodate Ukrainian refugees, which is essentially what you have here?
Exactly, I do. I think I'm from for me, it's discrimination against a settled person. I'm living here. I'm not doing anything to anybody here like that. I do my own thing. But in their wisdom, they see that this is what they're pushing on to make me homeless. Like the homeless situation in Ireland at the minute is off the radar. Yet they want to add me to this.
Yeah.
I never asked them for anything. I bought the site. I put on all the services. I done everything myself. I never asked them for anything. All I asked for was just to live out the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Peace and quiet, but no.
It doesn't make sense then, because if you do end up homeless, or you would, God forbid, if you end up in prison, I mean, you're at the expense of the state then,
Exactly.
whereas here you're not.
Exactly, that was my point. And if they take it down, they say I have to pay for taking it down. I've already paid for putting it up.
Yeah.
I bought the site, I have everything in place. But my panic would be that if they do send me to prison on the 4th of April, they say that they can take it down once the order is against it. What I am nervous about is when I'm in Limerick prison, that somebody will come here and take it down. I have 2 dogs, as you see, my cat.
Yeah.
I'll have to try and get somebody to look after them. And what about my personal stuff?
Yeah.
I don't have much, but what I have is my own.
Yeah.
So would that give them the right to come and break in the door and knock this down and take it away in a truck? So when I come back, I go into the van. I have nowhere to go. They want the site back as the site was when I bought the site.
Will you still own the site then?
I own the site, but sure, it's pointless me owning the site.
Yeah.
What good? I can't do anything with it. I can't live here. That was why the intention I bought it. I didn't want to be burdening anyone going on looking for anything. I made my own way. I went through the divorce. Okay, I said, right, okay, another chapter of my life. I'll start again. Took a while to get used to it like that, but I'm used to it now. But no.
While you were dealing with all of this then, you also got some bad news regarding your health. Tell me about that.
I did. I had symptoms, issues, so I went to my local GP. He referred me for an MRI scan. I went for the MRI scan, and it showed up that I had issues with my prostate. I had a growth and stuff on my prostate, needing surgery. So put me on medication, probably like to reduce the growth before they would do surgery and stuff like that. So I then proceeded to Whitfield, and I had surgery there. So lucky enough, they removed the growth, and I had a biopsy done. The biopsy come back benign, which was wonderful news. But I still have treatment every couple of months. I have to go just to make sure I'm okay. But with everything, that it all coincided at the same time.
Yeah.
And not good, not good. But look, I'm over it now, and I'm on the right side of it. Hopefully I'm okay.
It was just another thing to deal with.
It's just on top of what I was already dealing with. You know, I had the house sale, the divorce, ill, now the council. Like, I just want to be left alone. Whatever time I've left, I just want to live my life out in peace and quiet. I've had enough.
I know you've made political representations as well to a couple of politicians. How has that gone? Has it given any clarification?
Absolutely, yes. Initially, when it all started, I contacted Councillor Niall Denny. And in fairness to Niall, he took it on board from day one. He took it up at a couple of the meetings in Clonmel. He highlighted the case for me, helpful all the way down along the line. Then I also, who got involved in my case was Councillor Matty McGrath and his daughter Maureen. Yeah. So they have been very instigational all the way along. Matty brought it up in the Dole and all. I just was kept private about it. Not a lot of people knew about it. But Niall said, Sean, you're going to have to do something here, because what's going to happen is they're going to make you homeless. The majority of people won't even know this. So he said, you're going to have to do some PR. So he initially kicked it all off then, and now we are... Yeah. You're here.
Has it worked at all so far? I mean, having it raised in the Dáil, has that done anything?
I think it's the way it is. They're trying to bring in, like Matty was pushing for, like a moratorium on these, to say that they have to have some legalisation towards them the way things are. If they can build them all over the country, I do one here. Now, I agree with him saying you can't just knock a load of pallets together and make up and whatever like that. It's unsightly or whatever like that. But in my opinion, and you've been here now, this is very well done. Yeah. And it looks aesthetically, they say it's not good. But I think myself, it's good.
What confuses me though, Sean, is that you were saying, I mean, if you wanted, you could hook up to the side there and drive it off if you wanted. Yeah. So, I mean, it is a movable structure.
It is a movable structure. My idea was from day one that it being a mobile home, that it was a movable structure. Yeah. So therefore, it was fine. That was my reckoning on the situation. But then, as I say, when it kicked in, when the winter came, it was a serious shock to my system living here. So I had bronchitis. I spoke to my GP, and he said, Sean, you'll have to do something. So we cladded it out and insulated it as a separate unit. So it can still be open, the front of it, and you can still put a truck onto it and take it back out.
I just would have thought then going into court last December, it would be open shut, saying there's a hitch there on the side of it. I can move it whenever I want. Okay, off you go.
No. It seems to be adamant on these modular homes like that, a precedent that if you put up the mobile home or whatever like that, I broke the law basically what it is. It's an unauthorised development. And that's what they're pushing me on, that it's an unauthorised development. So I tried to solve that problem, to take it out of that remit, to put it that I applied for planning on it. Yeah. They still say no. They say Tipperary County Council do not give planning for modular homes or log cabins or whatever. But there's one in Care. It was sold a couple of weeks ago like that, up on the Mitchelstown Road. It's a log cabin. Yeah. And it was sold. So how did they get planning and obviously sell it then? Yeah. So with the housing thing and all, I think they should be trying to help people as opposed to putting people out, adding to the homeless figures.
So you're counting down now the next, what is it 5 weeks?
Yeah, it has to be completely taken down by the 14th of March. The site, as you see, has to be put back the way the site was. My dog runs, my 2 sheds, the post and rail, my gates, it all has to be put back. Grass seeded, topsoil, site closed down. And it has to stay like that. And if I don't do that, I'm on my way to Limerick. He actually told me that to bring a bag if I haven't conformed to his ruling, I'm going to Limerick. And this is what he told me.
How does that feel?
It feels crazy. I feel like, what do I do? Like, I'm 65 years old, I've never been in trouble and stuff like that. I don't want to end up in Limerick jail. Yeah. Like, that's just the way it is. But look, they say the law is the law, but...
What would you be saying to people listening who I'm sure will say that this is very unfair on you, but also maybe to council officials who might be listening this morning? What's your appeal to them?
My appeal would be like they got to meet somebody halfway on this. Like I've tried to converse with them and do something with this, but the situation that it is in now, they have to have some leeway for people like me and other people that find themselves in a situation rent-wise like €1,000 a month or whatever like that. The housing crisis is desperate, more than it ever was. And they put me now into this situation. Yeah. So, I don't know, I just added to the housing list or the homeless list. I'll be another statistic, and that's basically how they're pushing it. But I think they're setting a precedent here. that if they give me the go-ahead with this, that then I will have set the precedent that it would make it for somebody else to do the same.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're too keen on that idea. They just prefer to have me homeless. I'm just a name, faceless name, that's all I am to them. But you meet the person.
I'm just a name, a faceless name to them. That's Sean Meehan there speaking to Ali about his predicament. Huge response to this, even while the interview was going on. Huge numbers of people onto us, generally saying what a disgrace this is. Many people making the comparison with the provision of modular homes for people coming into the country, and those homes being provided without planning permission because they're emergency situations, and people wondering about that and saying, how fair is that? Somebody, though, one person saying that the planning laws have to be obeyed, Fran. They're there for a reason, and people try to pull strokes to break the rules. It doesn't sound to me like Sean is trying to pull any stroke whatsoever there. He's trying to live his life, and with his trials and tribulations of illness and, marriage breakup and all sorts of stuff, he seems to be dealing with it as best he can, Anyway.